Hi, welcome to GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. Doing a review on the Lilliput 5-inch LCD video camera monitor. Quick unboxing, there you go. Yeah, you get instructions and all that crap with it as well, but here it is. Nice little monitor, nice quality. It's made of plastic, obviously. It's seems fairly robust. I've got no issues with the quality whatsoever. The buttons all feel nice, the knobs and dials all work really nice and feel positive. It's got a nice positive on-off switch on the back. This is the version with just the HDMI in. You can get a version with the HDMI out, and also you can get a version with focus peaking and zebra and different focus on options as well, but they're a lot more expensive. I was working to a budget, and this was the best one I could afford for my budget. And unfortunately, I did think that with the Sony NEX6 that I use, which does have focus peaking, I thought that that would then display on the screen, but for some reason it doesn't. I don't really know why, but I can't get it to show on the screen, which is a bit disappointing, but it's no real problem. The main reason I got this is for doing these videos, and the plan is to use it more for composition than anything, and yeah, for checking focus as well. You get a small HDMI lead with it, nice quality one, but it's just a bit too short because I'm intending to have the monitor sort of on the table or just out of shot, quite close to me, so I can check the focus. At the moment I'm just using it on top of the camera or on a tripod next to the camera, and it's at the moment it's working really well. And I quite often chop my head off, you see, when I'm doing these videos, so with this I can just check it. And if I move anything around, I know what's in shot. It just makes my life a little bit easier, and hopefully will improve the quality perhaps of the videos. That's the plan anyway. So what do you get with it? Well, it comes with this, and this is where some of these companies really let themselves down. Let's start off with the real negative point. This is obviously a stand, and it is an absolute piece of crap. I had to just go and get this out the bin to do the video because I threw it away in disgust. It is utter crap, and they should be embarrassed by themselves for putting this in the box. If you're going to put a stand of some description in, make it usable. And I'll tell you why this isn't usable. That's locked. Let's just get it into a sort of a position you'd perhaps have the monitor in there. Right, we'll try and lock it. Right, that's locked tight there. Okay, that's locked tight with not a lot of force. I can just move that. It doesn't lock in. There is sort of like a locking mechanism in there, but it doesn't engage properly, and it just doesn't work. The second problem, so that's that side, which is utter crap. Even if you did get it in, this thing here is a screw thread onto a square metal plate. There you go, like that, which has a little circlip around the thread of the, not even a proper one, it's just a little circlip which doesn't really fit around the thread of the little bolt thing, and a square sharp-edged, I mean, what you call that, bit of metal, which goes into a round hole. So when you tighten that down, if you tighten this up in here, the square thing stands proud of the mounting plate. So the only thing touching the bottom of the unit is going to be the metal bit, which is going to damage the plastic. You can tighten it up really tight and push this into the plastic a little bit, but then as soon as you let it off, it pops out again. So it's just utter crap. So get rid of that. So that's the rant. Oh, I enjoyed that. That's the rant out the way. Okay. Next thing, you get a hood. Really nice quality. You know, what's so difficult about making things like, oh, forget it, right. Really nice hood that just pops on, and it has a little latch on the bottom, and that's on nice, and it stays on. It's well tight on there, really nice. And then it's got a little lever, you just pop it off like that. This little thing here, again, it's alright. It doesn't really, it's not alright. I'd rather them not give you one of these. I'd rather them say, look, you pay X amount for that. If you want to buy a stand, a decent one, you pay a bit extra for it, or if you want to buy one of these, you pay a bit extra for one. It's okay. It doesn't lock properly. I mean, that's unlocked, and it's all jerky, and it gets gets caught and jammed. This thing, I'm not really sure how this is supposed to work, but it sort of screws in and tightens up, but then that tightens the ball thing. It's all interconnected, and if you undo that, everything becomes loose, and then you tighten it off, and it slipped then and sort of grabbed, and it's all right, it's okay, it works, but that's it, it's okay. And I just use that in there. I will get a decent one. I've probably got a much better one at some point, somewhere around here anyway. So it does a sort of a job, and it enables you to pop that onto either a light stand perhaps, or a see, now I've locked that off. I'd like to be able to move this, but I can't move that. I've got to undo that, which slackens off the top, so when I'm trying to fit it on the camera, this all goes floppy, and it's just not very good really. But there you go, it does a job. So yeah, that will go onto the top of your camera or on a light stand, enabled you to put the monitor where you want. So you get a power supply with it, which is good, but I don't really want to use that. I don't want it plugged in, another thing plugged in, and a lead draping across the floor, so I didn't really want to use that. But what you do get with it, which I've lost, is these little plates. And the idea is you buy, for these little plate slots on the back, and you buy the specific battery. This one come with like a Canon one and a Sony one. And when I looked into it, I thought, well, by the time I've bought a decent sized battery, that's going to cost me about 20-30 quid. Then a charger is going to be probably another 20 quid, 30 quid. So it's going to cost me at least 50 quid just to get a battery for it. And then I had a bit of an idea. When I looked at it, this is a 12 volt, it runs off 12 volt. I think it probably runs off anything from 6.5, maybe 7 to 12 volts, and it seems to work okay. But I use these for little model helicopters. It's a 1000 milliamp 3-cell lithium polymer battery, and it's 11.1 volts. So I thought I'd just try it and see if I can get that to work. And I just touched the wires on, and it burst into life, and it was all fine. So what I've done is I've butchered one of the plates and actually soldered the wire into the plate, and then just taped the battery on. I've got it on a wire there which I can use to charge it. I just unplug that and I can charge it, and I can balance charge it through that lead there as well. And that just pops on the back like that, and yeah, I know it looks a bit like a bomb, but at the end of the day, it's for me it works really well. It all functions as it should do. There you can see it's just, well, you probably know, you won't be able to see, but it's powered on, and it's no problem. Just one other thing, just quickly, I'll just quickly show you something which I was actually quite impressed with, was the fact that it worked out the box. I didn't have to, apart from the battery, I didn't need anything else. Let's just pop that on there. And I've got a Sony NEX6 and a Nikon D610, both of which have full size, that size HDMI input. And basically you just bung that in there. Bosh. The HDMI in, make sure I get it the right way around, the camera. Just turn the camera on. And there you go, all working. So there you can see the other way. There you can see working absolutely fine. Brilliant. When you start recording, let's just press the record button. All the stuff on the screen goes away, and you get the full screen, you know, like the sidebar, I mean, that all goes away and you get the full screen. And as you can see there, the artificial horizon works, but the focus peaking is not working. It's not showing up any focus peaking on there, which I say is a shame, but it's, you know, you compare that to the screen on the back of the camera, and it's much easier to get your focus on that. So, and there you go, and it's as easy, you know, there's no setting up, there's no extra wires that you have to buy. Yes, I'm going to get a longer HDMI cable, but ultimately out the box you stick it on your camera. As long as you've got a standard size HDMI input output in your camera, then it's going to work, which is, to me, that's great, because there's nothing worse than getting it and then you have to buy different leads and whatnot. So there you go, that's my mini rant about the bit that I've thrown away, and a review on the 5-inch Lilliput LCD video camera monitor. This has been GRVO TV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'll see you soon. Bye.